Today we're bringing you 10 unusual animal friendships that will melt your heart. Welcome to another episode of Top Quick Peek. And if you don't believe a lion, a tiger, and a bear could share a heartwarming friendship, then number 3 will be especially surprising. Unfortunately, many of us still think of animals as inferior beasts who stick to their kind and rarely mix. But today's friendship will give you evidence that even some of the most diverse animal species are capable of feeling love and compassion for each other, just like we are. The animal kingdom never ceases to amaze and inspire. So enjoy these incredible pals who put their differences aside to spread the love. Number 10. Milo and the Bone Digger. Male lions are known to be pack leaders and ferocious meat eaters. But this 500-pound beast is friends with 3 of the tiniest dogs. Milo, one of the 3 Dutch hounds, took Bone Digger the lion under his wing when he was just a cub. It was discovered that the lion was suffering from a metabolic bone disease that left him disabled. Milo, one of the 3 Dutch hounds, took the lion cub under his wing and cared for him. 5 years later, the apex predator is still the best of buddies with the 11-pound Dutch hound and his 2 compatriots, Bullet and Angel. Number 9. Surya and Roscoe. Surya and Roscoe live together at a rare and endangered species reserve in the U.S. But while orangutans are endangered, that is certainly not the case with dogs. So how did Roscoe end up there? Well, one day Roscoe, the stray dog, followed Surya as her handlers were taking the orangutan back home to their sanctuary in the U.S. It didn't look like he had any other home to go to, so they took the not-so-extinct but oh-so-lovable dog. Dogs and orangutans rarely meet, and when they do, they are naturally shy around each other. But not these guys. The orangutan and the blue tick hound have remained best buddies since they first met. Whoever said dogs were only man's best friend got that one wrong. Number 8. Bia and Wilma. Something magical has brought Bia the giraffe and Wilma the ostrich together at Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay, Florida. According to zookeepers, the 2 young creatures just can't seem to get enough of each other. Bia, the 3-year-old giraffe, and Wilma, the 10-year-old ostrich, live in a 75-acre enclosure filled with giraffes, zebras, rhinos, elephants, and birds. And although most animals tend to hang to their very own kind, Bia and Wilma have reached out to each other. Perhaps they bonded over their long necks? Who knows? Whatever it is, the 2 share smooches, sunsets, and best of all, friendship. Their enclosure is so large they wouldn't need to hang out at all, but they choose to meet almost every day to spend some quality time together. Number 7. Kasi and Umtani. In March 2011, Busch Gardens in Florida received a 3-week-old male cheetah, which required around-the-clock care as a furry newborn. Male cheetahs form strong brotherly bonds with their siblings at birth, known as coalitions. But Kasi was an orphan, so the animal park had to find a replacement companion for the lonely cheetah cub. They paired him up with a 6-week-old female Labrador retriever from a local shelter, who was bouncy, smart, playful, and patient. In other words, made the perfect friend for a young cheetah. Their young friendship was heartwarming to watch, but as he grew older, Kasi began drifting away from Umtani and became more interested in the female cheetahs in the next pen. And while he now spends more time with the other cheetahs, the 2 are still best friends and often visit schools together. Number 6. Anjana and the tiger cubs. These 2 white tiger cubs were separated from their mother after her enclosure was flooded during a hurricane. They've since been transferred to a U.S. animal reserve where they found an unlikely surrogate mother in chimpanzee Anjana, who has taken on the role of caring for the cubs. The 2-year-old chimp helped the sanctuary keeper, China York, care for the 21-day-old cubs and raise them into full-grown adult cats. Many who were skeptical about a chimpanzee raising 2 tigers were quickly reassured when they discovered that Anjana had actually helped China raise many different orphan animals at the reserve. She had just recently finished raising 4 lions, and they were inseparable. So the cubs were bound to be in good hands. Anjana and her white tiger cubs have become almost inseparable from their new motherly figures. Number 5. Torque and Shrek. You'd think a dog would hunt a bird, chase it down, and gnaw on it with its sharp teeth. And while that may be true of some dogs, it is certainly not the case with Torque the greyhound and Shrek the owl, who formed a rather bizarre friendship at an animal center. Keepers feared Shrek's mother would eat her due to distress, So they brought the 3-day-old baby owl into their home, where she was quickly adopted by their 6-month-old dog, Torque. Torque seems to have taken in Shrek as his daughter, and is now very protective of his little feathered friend. He follows her around at home, keeps an eye on her, and they even watch TV together. Life's been a hoot ever since. Number 4. Bubbles and Bella. Despite their extreme difference in size, Bubbles, the African elephant, and Bella, the black Labrador, have become great friends. Bubbles, the 9,000-pound African elephant, was adopted by Myrtle Beach Safari in South Carolina in 1983. Later in 2007, a contractor hired to build Bubbles her swimming pool abandoned his puppy, Labrador Bella, at the reserve. The keepers decided to keep Bella, and so a beautiful friendship was born between the Labrador and the elephant. Sometimes Bubbles and Bella go for walks together, but they have the most fun when they go for long swims, especially when Bella uses Bubbles as a diving board. Number 3. Shere Khan, Baloo, and Leo. What could a tiger, a lion, and a bear all have in common? Friendship, of course. The tale of Shere Khan, the tiger, Baloo the bear, and Leo the lion is truly touching. The unconventional trio was rescued from a drug dealer who had been abusing them extensively. Baloo even needed surgery to remove a harness that had grown into his skin and caused deformities, because the owner had never bothered to adjust it. The three have been through thick and thin, and their suffering together make their bond that much stronger. The friends are now under the care of Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary in the U.S. and continue to be as inseparable as ever. Number 2. Kate and Pippin. Pippin, a helpless baby deer, was abandoned by her mother on the property of Isabel Springett. Isabel's Great Dane, Kate, adopted Pippin immediately, and they have been best friends forever ever since. The story of Kate and Pippin's loving relationship is charmingly chronicled in a book featuring the beautiful photography of Isabel Springett. The deer and the dog spent entire days together while growing up, but Pippin has since matured and moved on into the forest to raise a deer family of her own, but she still visits her good friends Kate and Isabel on a regular basis. Number 1. Manny and Candy. Manny, the wild boar piglet, was found starving in a field in southwest Germany and brought home by the Dollhouse family. After this rescue, he met a Jack Russell named Candy, the family dog. It was love at first squeal, and the two immediately hit it off. In an attempt to communicate with Candy, Manny was even said to have learned how to bark, sort of. And although Dollhouse is a hobby hunter, animal lovers need not fear because Manny is not destined for the dinner table. Last we heard, Manny recovered and will either stay with the family or move to a wildlife park. And that's it for today's video. Which of these everlasting animal friendships touched you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, you're going to love our next video. Don't forget to subscribe for some more awesome animal stories like this one, and see you in the next video.